Louisiana versus all y'all. Jarrett Roser checking in Winsboro, Louisiana with the Franklin Parish Patriots. Coach Adrian Burnette right there. And junior quarterback Dezyrian Ellis. Fresh off of a huge win that caught a lot of people's attention around the state, beating Calvary Baptist this past week. And I know the Patriots are looking to build off of that. Guys, I appreciate you taking some time to chat about kind of the accomplishments thus far and what's ahead. How's life up there at Franklin Parish?
Great.
It's a pretty good week to be a Patriot, Pook.
Very good week.
Coach, take me through, I guess, just the significance of last week's win. It's a regular season win, but it was against a team that was viewed among the top couple of teams in the state. You're a guy that now in your third year head coaching there. You were there previously as the OC. You know the area well. Just kind of the big picture context of what a win like that can mean for this program. How would you put it into words?
Well, what we've been trying to do, and Pook was part of my first ever freshman class, was just trying to build a culture. Unfortunately, Franklin Parish may have not been as successful as they have wanted to be in the past. That's something that we want to change, especially with this class. Unfortunately, we have not had one of those signature or one of those big wins over the past 2 years. And I think that's what we've just been looking for as a program. Now what it does is gives you a little more confidence in yourself moving forward into the latter part of the season, especially into the playoffs.
Pook, what was the energy like, the mentality of this team leading up to that game? A school that, some of the guys over there from the 7-on-7 circuit and whatnot, but it's not like Franklin Parish and Calvary play each other a ton. There's not a ton of familiarity. And so you just kind of know, okay, that's a state championship team. They just went toe-to-toe with Neville, all these things. What was the vibe like around y'all's school, around y'all's team going into that and the way y'all tried to approach it?
The team was hyped, but the school, it was kind of, they didn't think we didn't think we was gonna put it off. But it been a very hype game since the summer because we played 7-on-7 with them, and that's all we've been talking about week 3.
When you look at some of the things Coach was just talking about looking for kind of a signature win and something that can build confidence, not just for you guys as a team, but to get the school to realize some of the potential that y'all have. What was the excitement level for you guys to pull that thing off on Friday? What did that mean to be one of the players on the field, making huge plays over and over and over again, to have that sort of a win and see the reaction of y'all's classmates and y'all's community?
Like Coach just said, it make the community, to make the class, make the whole football team more confident in themselves. So now we feel like we that team.
As y'all actually get started on Friday, I don't know that you can draw it up a whole lot better than Big Tavon Bell picking off a guy that doesn't throw a whole lot of interceptions in general and then running whatever it was, 55, 60 yards back the other way. Coach, from just a game situation standpoint, how great was that as a start to be playing from ahead and have that sort of a spark right off the bat early in that game?
Well, as a whole, as a team, we were questioned and we were looked down on for the whole week. But the biggest challenge obviously went to the defense. You're looking at a offense that can score massive points, a quarterback who's only thrown, I think, maybe 5 or 6 total interceptions in his whole career. And to start it off like that, I think it was a signature. Tavon Bell has really stepped up as one of the ultimate leaders on that defense. Himself and Chris Addison actually spoke to the team prior to the game. So I just think that's part of the maturation process is this class, this program, this team, and especially on the defensive side of the ball.
I guess piggybacking off of that, you talk about those guys talking to the team. We see kind of the vibe that Pook brings to everything and his level of confidence. To go into a game like that, how good did you feel about just where the mindset of at least the leaders on this team, where they were and the way that they were approaching it?
Well, this particular class may not have won anything on a grand stage, but they've always been winners. They won all throughout junior high. They won, in their AAU when they play basketball. This particular class, that's a junior class now, they've always been winners. So going into the game on Friday, it wasn't any hesitancy as far as what they were capable of doing. The defense has really stepped up. We got a new defensive coordinator in Coach Greg Boxley, who actually coached at Wiseman and coached against Calvary Baptist last year. They held Calvary Baptist to 8 points going into the fourth quarter. So we were pretty confident that defense could emulate what he had at Wiseman last year, and it just came down to what we could do offensively. And I challenged both sides of the ball, and I challenged this young man next to me. And one of the things I told him, we hear a lot about the quarterback at Oak Grove and the one over at Nelva, and especially the one at Calvary Baptist. But as far as the respect or lack thereof, for guys to come into what we consider your house to try to outperform you or get more attention than you, then that was downright disrespectful. I feel like this is one of the better quarterbacks, if not one of the better athletes, players, definitely in North Louisiana. And like I said, we hear about a lot of different quarterbacks. You hear, and all the quarterbacks that we hear about are great quarterbacks. Whether it be the one at Oak Grove, Neville has a great one. Obviously, Calvary Baptist has a great one. But this is one guy that doesn't get the notoriety or respect that he deserves. It's not only on the field, but off the field. From the film study, from the practices. And we run a tough program. We run a tough ship over here. And he's been the consummate leader every single day.
Pook, when you hear that sort of praise from Coach and that level of confidence that he has in you to be a leader of not only that offense, but of this program right now, what does that mean to you in terms of where your confidence is and just, to hear in general that he has that level of respect and confidence and praise for you?
I mean, to hear him say that, to the way he feels about me, it pumps me up to let me understand that I can't let him down.
And Pook, your perspective on Tavon's pick six, what that was like to watch as one of his teammates, classmates. What is the excitement level for you and the rest of the Patriots like to watch big fella start rolling that, more than half the field away to the end zone?
I mean, I seen him jump. I ain't think he was gonna get that high. I mean, I thought he was just gonna bat it down or maybe tip it, but he got high and he caught it. And, man, my heart dropped. And I could do never run down the field with him.
You had several big plays in that game in your own right, both with your arm and with your legs, and just being the playmaker that folks up there are used to seeing you be on Friday nights, week in and week out. How did you feel about your game, what you were able to do for the team on Friday? What was working so well for you against a defense that has been tough on a lot of other opponents to be able to do some of what you did?
My lighter.
Take me through. So you and I talked about this before. I don't know if everyone's seen your interview with Aaron Dietrich up there as Aaron's aces for this week. But you had the long touchdown run where you talked about what was kind of your secret weapon to put on the burners, I guess. Take me through that play and what you mean by that lighter.
So before we left out the sideline, we already knew it was on the 1 yard line. We had to make a play. We had to make something happen. So I told Coach, hold on, Coach, let me go grab something real fast. I told him I was going to grab some tape to take my hand. But I grabbed my lighter out of my sack, and I just sparked it. It wasn't spark at first. Like, the wind was blowing, so it wouldn't catch a fire. So when we got on the field, I lit it one more time. It lit up, and I just used it.
Is this real? Did you actually, to show your teammates, did you have a lighter on you?
No.
That's what I didn't think so. And then the way you just said it, you were so serious about it just now.
It sounded good, didn't
it? So you guys complete the game. You hold off the Cavs. You get the big win. What have the last, whatever it's been now, 3 or 4 days been like just around the community, around town, around the school in terms of some of the stuff you've heard, the excitement, the buy-in? Pook, you were saying a week ago, probably a lot of people didn't expect y'all to pull this off. Now that y'all did, what has the energy been like around town?
I mean, it's been up, but I've been going into a lot of stores and a lot of walking in the school, and all I hear about is a lighter.
What's Coach, I don't know if you have any more to add about just the energy around town before I kind of move on to now what's in front of y'all. But if you do, go ahead and share that. And either way, I just wanted to ask, how do you then move forward from that and make sure that these teenage guys are ready to realize, okay, Friday was great, but that's last Friday and we've got another one ahead on this Thursday. Just kind of, what have you seen around town and how do you now compartmentalize that and make sure these guys are focused ahead?
Well, our community has done a great job of supporting, especially over the last year and a half, and it just continues to get better. And I think everybody else kind of had their fingers crossed, and also wanted that win. We've kind of let them down towards the end of the past season, but it's been a lot of excitement in the community, definitely on campus, and I just think moving forward, man, we're gonna continue to get more and more support. One of the hardest things is, taking a team or changing a culture to winning, and which is something we just haven't experienced a lot of, and then getting to a point where we understand and we can compartmentalize each particular win. When you basically look at it at the end of the day, what we want to feel is teams like Calvary Baptist or teams of that caliber, if we're right on the same level with them, we're supposed to win those games anyway. So we're not gonna make it to Super Bowl. We're not gonna make it to state championship. We're gonna humbly appreciate the moment, but it's still time to move forward to the next opponent.
Yeah, I mean, Pook mentioned this was a game that a lot of folks were looking forward to, but I'm sure going into the season, the goals written on the whiteboard or whatever it may be didn't say win week 3. What did y'all look at this season as, okay, these are our realistic goals. This is what we're chasing. This is kind of how we frame what we're gearing toward as a program. And I don't know which one of y'all wants to tackle that, but either way works for me. Just kind of when y'all started this season, what was the outlook for this team and what y'all could accomplish?
I think so. We have a giant picture on one of our walls that says team goals, and in the background of that particular picture is a Superdome. So at the end of the day, that summarized the whole season. You want to be successful during the season. You want to be successful during the playoffs, and then you also want to make it to the dome. Now, along that journey, there are going to be a couple of stops along the way. It may be a Calvary Baptist. It may be a Ouachita Parish. It may be the opportunity to win a district championship. But if we're talking about the end game is to make it to New Orleans.
And Pook, Coach might have mentioned it some before, just from the standpoint of this group that's been together now for a few years under him, that started at the same time that he was taking the reins of the program. But what is, from your perspective as a member of it, what is special about this group, and particularly now that you guys, the 26 guys, are juniors, upperclassmen? What's special about this year's team and just kind of where y'all are right now in y'all's development as a team and as young men?
I mean, like coming in as freshmen, we all the junior class, we knew each other. Like we was brothers. We been together. We were brothers. But we was looking up to the seniors and the juniors, like such as Javion White, Marshawn Wheatley. But now we the upperclassmen now, so we got to step into the shoes that they set for us.
Their shoes probably didn't have the lighter helping them out the last couple of years. Have you heard from Javion, Marcel, any of those guys? Last year's seniors or anything in the last couple of days? What's been kind of the reaction, if you have, of what they've had to say so far about what they saw from y'all?
Oh, Javion texted me right after the game and told me he was proud of me. Marshawn did the same. Actually, Marshawn was hyped. Marshawn, he sent the video. I can't show you the video, but it was a funny video.
Man, and I think, man, even though we've moved to a different space now going into this season and possibly the seasons ahead, those are some of the guys that kind of laid the foundation. Those guys were, sophomore, junior, seniors when I came in, as opposed to these guys being freshmen. And, those are some of the guys that really have laid the foundation. We was fortunate enough, we played West Jefferson the first game of the season at West Jeff, and we was fortunate enough where we stayed the night, went to a Tulane game the next day, which Javion White plays for Tulane. And so it's a family atmosphere, man. We support them, they support us, man, and that's really what kind of makes this program special.
Who else? And this is always a tough question because you want to say everybody, but I know about Pook, I know about Chris Addison. I certainly know now a guy that's going to be a candidate for the play of the week in Tavon Bell. Who are some of the other guys in terms of leaders on that team or key playmakers that maybe I don't know as much about yet, but that people need to be aware of at kind of the forefront of what y'all are doing and what y'all are striving for this year?
Man, I can get a roster and just I can call out 22. Tell you another guy that's under the radar. We got a 27 kid in Traylon Martin. Trey had 2 picks the other night. Really, honestly, man, could have had 4 or 5 of them. But plays high safety for us, strong safety. Does a good job in his run fits. Does a good job over the top. We had an opportunity to get 2 offensive linemen to come back home, and Drew Callaway and Hunter Caldwell that has helped sewn us up front in the offensive line. Got a freshman running back in DJ Neal who does not act or look like a freshman, number 21. You'll see some highlights from him. And the defense as a whole is anchored by 2 senior linebackers in Carl Williams and Kenyon Martin. Also on the outside, we got sophomore cornerback Jacoby Brooks and senior cornerback Zay Bowler. So it's a host of guys who have just been in the program, flying under the radar, but just in the program, just doing everything the right way and starting to kind of see some of the fruits of their labor.
Pook, this week was kind of the wake-up call to folks around the state to start to pay a little bit closer attention to you guys and get a sense of who y'all are. I'll leave y'all with this. What do you hope they know about who these Franklin Parish Patriots are right now?
I hope they know that we ain't backing down on nobody. We gonna play the schedule.
There you go. It's Coach Adrian Burnette, junior quarterback Dezyrian Ellis. We call him Pook for Louisiana versus all y'all Jet Rosa. Appreciate you guys for taking some time and chatting about, again, great win last week and also bigger things ahead.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having us on here.
You got it. Again, Franklin Parish Patriots, Louisiana versus all y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.